An American philosopher once said, "It's not the destination, it's the journey." A local artist is a prime example, taking just as much pride in the pieces he collects to create his art as he does the finished product. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Travis Fossing shows us some of the countless items he's discovered over the years and how his unique style of art is bringing him closer to his son.
Milling balls, rail spikes, shards of glass, doll parts, and coins.
That's an 1880 San Francisco Mint half eagle.
It's all in a day's work or a lifetime of searching for Sioux Falls artist Brad Gank.
If I'm thinking, I'm gaining, I'm making progress, even though it doesn't look like it.
His passion for discovering items began as a child with a ring near a former amusement park at 33rd and Spring in Sioux Falls.
It was a real ring, real metal, and it had a little glinting diamond chip or something in it, and that was treasure.
Gank considers himself an outsider artist, specializing in found object assemblage art. The northern Black Hills are his playground. These milling balls have been cleaned and placed in a gold pan found in Alaska. That's far from where they started.
Behind a little waterfall, there was an accumulation of these milling balls that were all clumped together.
A clump can lead to a major discovery.
This chunk used to be bigger, and when I first pulled it out, I showed it to my son, called him over, and I said, "What do you think this is?" And there was a big rim on something, and he goes, "A coin?" I go, "I don't know, could be a washer, who knows?" Turned out to be a 19th century 20 Reis coin from Portugal, which is now on my front of my elephant's ear.
The discoveries didn't end there.
I ended up splitting it again. By gosh, there's a 1894 silver barber quarter.
Once a treasure hunt is complete, the real work begins.
I can't just snap my finger, I gotta work.
Gank says he won't use 95% of what he finds, but when the project requires something specific, he's usually got plenty of it.
Sometimes you have to go through 100 pieces to find one that fits.
Finding those found pieces is often easier said than done.
Especially if I keep moving it around, It used to be here for 10 years, now it's not. And where did I put it?
There's plenty to see in Gank's home. A motorcycle hangs on the wall with a seat made of porcupine jaw. There's a freestanding military tank with removable snorkel, cannon, and bones that spell "War No More." This wall art started with a piece of iron, which reminded Gank of a tower and led to a fortress. The door is made of a book his father brought back from Germany following World War II.
That's why it's so complicated. I see shape, color, form, texture, and everything, and it's hard to find what's really going to be the best.
Gank found a bent iron rod that he thought looked like a gooseneck, but it wasn't until he spotted a porcelain swan at his mother-in-law's that it all came together. The story doesn't end there when it comes to personalizing his artwork.
The orange beak, they have orange beaks, and I crushed some Italian glass that came out of mosaics from my childhood home when it was, before it was tore down.
After decades of locating and creating, Gank's art is growing even more personal. His son Jacob is now involved in some projects.
Every father wants their son to, be at his side. And
Jacob Gank is a local sheet metal worker. He's also a welder.
I just like the way it looks, the way that molten metal forming together looks before, during, and after. It's really satisfying.
Jacob started welding in high school, but it's his love of the arts that has him welding and working alongside Dad, an opportunity he doesn't take for granted.
It really means a lot to me to go from helping out here and there with some of his art projects as a kid to now then having the ability to use welding as kind of a way to help out even more or make stuff even different, weirder, crazier.
That wasn't always the case. Growing up, Jacob's friends were the ones who spent hours talking art with his dad.
You were coming over to hang out, and then we were going to leave. I just got busy for 10 minutes doing something, and now it's like 2 hours later, I'm sitting on the couch.
In a house filled with art, this ship is one of Jacob's favorites.
It's in the corner of a wall hanging, and to make a pirate ship coming out of that and make it look so dimensional on top of using old items to create something that we can all recognize. That really just blows my mind.
Jacob says his dad's art is all but priceless.
It's hard to put a price on something that should be appreciated.
Dad isn't done creating and says the door is open to more collaborations.
I have the repository, I have this stuff. If he ever gets in the future inspired to weld some of that stuff together, I have high hopes.
As for his current collection, Brad hopes it'll one day serve as an inspiration to others.
I hope people see it and get something from it. If they don't, then I don't care if they see it or not, you know. I want people to get something from it.
And every piece comes with a story. With Eye on Kelloland, I'm Travis Fossing.
Brad Giebink was a student of Oscar Howe at the University of South Dakota, and he also studied geology and engineering at South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, laying the foundation for the artist he is today.